So we have the story from Matthew of the two demoniacs from the Gadarenes. A similar story that we hear in Mark, but Mark goes into much more detail. Here it's kind of an abbreviated story. Made me really start to ponder the difference between being possessed by a demon and being possessed by the Spirit of God. And when we think about this, certainly when someone is possessed by demons, they very often black out because the demon takes control of their body. They have all these evil things that are done. And you say, why would someone open themselves to this? Well, because they're promises of secret power, secret knowledge, control. And I think when we look at a lot of the occult practices of the world today that have seeped into our culture, we see it's so easy to say, well, I want this special healing or this lack of turmoil in my life, and so it's going to give me peace. But Jesus says the peace that he gives is beyond what the peace of the world can give. And yet we go seeking for this other peace or this secret knowledge or control that we say, well, I want to know what's going on, what's going to happen. And so people go to Ouija boards or they go to mediums or things like that. And they open themselves to the power of the evil one. And the evil one tricks us to try to draw us in and says, I will give you what you want. I will give you the pleasure you want. I will give you the power, the control that you want. But the price tag is so high. When we're possessed by the Spirit of God, never does he take away our free will. He only enhances our free will. That it's not like what we black out, like with demon possession, but rather we become fully alive. And while he doesn't necessarily give us the pleasure that we might be seeking in this world, he gives us true peace and true joy. I remember there was a person that claimed to be having these mystical experiences of Jesus and the saints appearing to her. And so the bishop sent someone to go and examine her, ask her questions, and find out, is this authentic or is this something that's either a fraud or something from the evil one? And so, because you got to be careful. You don't just, when somebody says that they're seeing Mary, you don't automatically assume, yeah, they're really seeing Mary. They could be tricking you, they could be insane, or it could be a demon that's showing up. And so you got to be careful and discern. You don't just assume what's actually happening is what they say. I'm remembering Bishop Sheen saying that this woman came to him and said, Bishop Sheen, Mary appeared to me and told me that she wanted you to build a church right here on this corner. And he dealt with it by saying, yes, and then Mary appeared to me right after he appeared to you and said, don't listen to, I changed my mind, don't listen to what she had to say. And he took care of it. But, so, going back to this other story, this priest went to go and examine this woman, and he was with her maybe half an hour or something like that, and he came out and says, this woman, this is authentic. Well, how do you know? The joy that she has cannot come from the world or from the evil one. That the authentic Spirit of God brought an incredible joy which could not be duplicated. We look and we say, a lot of times we're looking for this quick fix. We of the Amazon Prime era, we want to get whatever we want right now. And the Lord says, I will give you your heart's desire. I will be the fulfillment of everything you want. But it might not happen in this instant. I need you to grow to be able to receive these gifts. And so it very often takes longer than we expect, and certainly longer than we want. And so the Lord says, here I come to bring you healing. And the liar says to us, He's never going to give you what you want. Think about this. When the demons cried out, they said, what have you to do with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the appointed time? And a lot of times, that's what it seems like when we have to take up our cross and follow Christ, that He's coming to torment us. But it's only to be able to draw us into union with Him so that we can be open to the peace and the joy that He wants to give. Will we go seeking occult knowledge, occult power, occult pleasure, whatever it may be, given to us by the spirit of this world? Or will we seek out the Spirit of the living God, which doesn't give us instant gratification, but gives us deep and lasting joy?